back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Yo, man on deck, Michael Bisping just accepted a short notice fight less than 1 week after losing his UFC middleweight title to George St. Pierre. Michael Bisping accepted the fight with Kelvin Gastelum on a 3-week turnaround. The fight is November 25th. He fought at Madison Square Garden November 4th. Holy smokes, you gotta fucking respect Michael Bisping. I really don't give a fuck if you're a Michael Bisping denier. I understand, man. He fought George St. Pierre. You don't think he's one of the greatest fighters of all time? He doesn't fucking have to be. He still needs to go down in the Hall of Fame. He's still a fucking a legend as far as I'm. Michael Bisping, a legend. Now, when you want to talk about greatest fighter of all time, you can take that fucking conversation somewhere else. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about legends like the Chuck Liddells of the sport, the people that put the fucking sport on their back. You know what I'm saying? That's what Michael Bisping is to me. He did lose to George St. Pierre, whatever, but I couldn't believe it when I seen that he's stepping up less than 3 weeks after that loss to fucking George St. Pierre. Who just fucking told me that shit in the comments? John Dodson versus Marlon Moraes is about to come on and shit. I'm so excited about this fight. And then my boy 20 Times Man United said, just a heads up, apparently Bisping has agreed to step in and fight Gastelum. You should look into it. Boom, hit that motherfucker in Google. What comes up? ESPN.com reporting Michael Bisping is replacing Anderson Silva in the main event of UFC Shanghai. And can you believe that bitch is on Fight Pass? Haha, I got that shit. You don't. No, I'm just fucking around. I can't believe it, yo. That's really crazy, man. Now, Kelvin Gastelum, he's a former middleweight. He's been fighting. He's a former welterweight. He's just like George St. Pierre, who's now fighting at middleweight. Now, George St. Pierre might be a one-time thing, but Kelvin Gastelum has multiple fights at middleweight now. He's a very skilled fighter, very skilled. He's successful at welterweight, successful at middleweight. He might be a little bit too small for the middleweight division, but until he can get his weight, his dieting or his weight cutting issues fixed, the UFC's got him at middleweight. Kelvin Gastelum, he missed weight multiple times in his career, but he probably, if he gets to go to the UFC Performance Institute or signs on one of these big name nutritionists, I think we'll see a very successful Kelvin Gastelum at 170 pounds. Maybe if he loses one more, because he's coming off of a loss to Chris Weidman. And in that fight, you could kind of see the size difference there. It was like, damn, Kelvin Gastelum, man, respect for him. He don't fucking got no excuses. He don't say I'm too small. He just goes in there and fights, does what he does, his fucking thug thizzle, man. So Kelvin Gastelum's low-key turning into a star just off his resume, man. He's fighting the legends of the sport. He's going on a legends ass-kicking tour. Anderson Silva got popped for PEDs, pulled out of the fight, and in less than 3 weeks' notice, Michael Bisping accepts the fucking fight. He just main evented Madison Square Garden versus George St. Pierre, and now he's accepting a short notice fight on Fight Pass versus Kelvin Gastelum in the main event. Fucking much respect to Michael Bisping, man on deck, left hook Larry. Holy smokes, this is breaking news. That is crazy. It is what it is. I cannot wait for this. Let the full-time family know what the fuck you think about these shenanigans in the comments. Oh my lord, this is great news. Hey, I lied, I'm not out. I went to find the thumbnail for this video, and I seen that whenever the first time this fight was canceled, Kelvin Gastelum versus Anderson Silva, for Kelvin Gastelum and marijuana, Michael Bisping bashed Kelvin Gastelum after the fight for his marijuana usage. And I've listened to Michael Bisping's podcast, and he was talking to his co-host before the Madison Square Garden fight. He's like, if you guys are going to be smoking that shit in the studio, I'm calling in. Michael Bisping, hey, he don't fuck around. He is not with the performance enhancing drugs, and I know a lot of people don't believe marijuana is performance enhancing, but as long as it's banned by USADA, Michael Bisping's got a problem with it. He's stepping up and he's coming to fucking put out Kelvin Gastelum's joint. I'm fucking around. I can't wait for this, yo. Oh, it is what it is, man. Let the full-time family know what the fuck you talking about in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.